everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do one of the most requested video, just like the other one, is how to cultivate a reading habit. I know a lot of you guys out there is struggling to cultivate a reading habit because it's one of the most important factor while you learn English or while you learn any type of content. So it's very important to cultivate a reading habit. So without any further ado, today's video is about how to cultivate a reading habit. So let's get into the video. So first and the most important tip I would like to share with you guys is, of course, start gently. Gentle start is very much important. Like when you get into the field of reading, you guys can't take up the heavy contents and then start reading. You have to take the appropriate content and read them shortly, time after time. So that's very important. Start gently. Don't take up heavy contents like heavy reading contents and then you feel like, oh, reading is done, I can't do this. It's just a wrong assumption we all have, but it's completely wrong. You guys have to pick the appropriate content as well as you guys have to start gently. So that was the first tip. The next tip I would like to suggest to you guys is to pick the appropriate book. For example, if you pick a beginner level book, then it will be perfect for you. But if you pick an advanced level reading book, then you might feel that reading is very boring, because reading is such a thing that you have to get into it, to taste it. So it's very important to pick the appropriate book. You have to pick, there's some tips for which I would like to suggest to you guys that will help you guys to pick the appropriate book. Always pick books under 100 pages and very small books, books under 100 pages, a quick read that will help you guys to get into the flow of reading. It's an amazing tip. You guys have to follow this. Always pick the appropriate book, a beginner level book which is under 100 pages. Yes. So second tip I would like to give you guys is you have to find your reading space. This is very important. Like when you get to read, all the sound and distractions can never keep you engaged with whatever you're reading. So you have to find your space and then personalize that space and tell everybody else that you have no authority to come here. Then you have to find that space for you to read. That's very important. You have to find a perfect place for you guys to read. Space matters a lot. Next tip, which is I would like to suggest to you guys, is that you have to take care of the duration of the time period that you read. You have to can't read consistently for an entire day. Yeah, of course, some people who are such reading lovers, for example me, I can read consistently for 3 to 2 days. I don't feel anything. But when beginners start to read consistently for 1 day, they feel hectic and they feel so tired. That's very bad. You guys have to take a very good care of your time duration and the time. You have to keep a track on the time when you read. When you start to read, you have to read for at least 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, and that's enough. You guys don't have to read for the entire day, or you guys don't have to take an hour to complete it. You guys have to slowly and gently start this. You have to pick a book which is under 100 pages, and then you have to pick a book which is a beginner level book, and then slowly get into the flow of reading. Takes just 5 minutes to read a day, and then daily or gradually you guys have to expand this. This is how you find that time thing. So next tip, which is the last but not least, which I would like to suggest to you guys, is a personal tip which has worked for me. So this tip may work for some, or may not work for the other, on the contrary. So that tip is always start with fiction books. Yeah, I experienced a lot of this. I experienced this trauma when I started my reading habit. The first thing I picked fiction books, and the reason why you guys have to pick fiction books for the first time is just because some people may love fiction, some people may not. For those who, you have to pick the book based on genres, okay? So this the reason why you have to pick fiction books is just because while you read fiction book, you can feel a flow of read, and you can also it may feel relatable for some, and it will also keep you engaged with the story, and you may feel like you have to read more and more. So there will be a trust to read more and more if you pick fiction books for the first time. So that's a personal tip which I suggested to you guys. It may work for somebody, but it may not for the others. So this is a disclaimer I would like to give. So yeah, that was the 6th tip. So these were the 6 tip, guys, which I suggested you guys for those who are loving, or those who are adoring to start a reading habit. I am definite that these tips will work for you. Go start your reading from now on. Just don't worry about it. Just don't worry if you guys don't have any books with your hands. Just Just search for any online content and then start with 5 minutes, find your space, find your book, and then start reading. And that's how you've got to do it. So for the next video, you guys can comment down below which is the content you're expecting, and I'll be doing it. And please don't forget to comment down below, because I'll be adored to read your comments and I love reading it. Do share it with anybody if you feel any of your loved ones are in need of this video. And also make sure that you subscribe for more content. With lots and lots of love, Diya.